Hi, catching up on our stories today. It's raining a little bit. Adjust my windshield wipers. So I was going to tell you another story of personal injury, and oddly enough, another story of personal injury that was caused by Uncle Joel. That's right. So as you might remember, I got stitches because Uncle Joel tried to turn me into a human yo-yo, and I fell on the sidewalk and busted my head open. Next time I got stitches was because I was with Uncle Joel at baseball practice and a kid hit me in the head with a bat. Well, this next one has to do with when we moved from Alexandria to Louisiana to Mountain Home, Idaho. And again, have Jenny or your dad show you where Mountain Home, Idaho is. Anyway, but so we were moving from a place that was relatively warm, it didn't get cold all that often, or it very rarely snowed, to a place where it's actually, it's not cold like Minnesota cold, but it's cold enough, and it does snow a lot, and there are a lot of mountains and a lot of desert and that sort of thing, and I'll tell you more about that later. But anyway, so when we moved there to Mountain Home, Idaho, when we first got there, we didn't have the place where we lived wasn't ready. I'll tell you more about that too. And so we stayed at what is called the BOQ, which is the Base Officers Quarters, but it's basically a hotel on a military base for officers and their families to stay at temporarily. So, and if I remember correctly, it was a very long day. I think that we had started off driving quite early, and it had been a very long day because it had snowed in the mountains, and I think that there had been a real delay in getting to where we were supposed to get. So anyway, so it was kind of late, and this room, this room where we stayed had these old-fashioned kind of military beds with metal bedposts. I don't know if you can imagine, but they were, again, maybe you could look that up and see a picture, but basically it's like having a headboard and a footboard for your bed, but instead of it being wood or something like that, it was actually, steel, I guess. So I'm coming out of the bathroom, and Uncle Joel thinks he's going to be funny, so he trips me. And I fall. And when I fall, again, leading with my head as I seem to always do, I hit the edge of one of those metal posts that was holding the bed up, and I hit myself just above my left eyebrow, the same place that I had gotten stitches when I fell down in the street when I was a human yo-yo. And okay, this was more than 50 years ago. No, probably 50 years ago. Maybe 49 when this happened. And I don't remember how it felt, but I think it hurt a lot. So then, after this long, stressful day of driving on icy roads and everything, my parents have to take me to the emergency room at the Air Force Base Hospital. And keep in mind, I'm quite sure they have no idea where it is. And there was no internet then, so it's not like they could look it up. So they must have had to go ask somebody. And so they take me to the emergency room, and they have to give me stitches. And apparently, I don't know, must have really hurt. I don't know, because they had trouble getting it closed, and I think I was very uncooperative. And so eventually, they got me sewed up enough to send me back, and we went back to the room, and we went to bed. And then I do remember the next day when we woke up, it had snowed. And not much, just a dusting. But again, for a couple of kids like Uncle Joel and me, who had lived most of our lives up to that point in the South, to wake up and find snow on the ground was quite a thrill. So, okay, that's my story for today. I'll make sure I upload it and save it for you. Love you all. See ya.